If you're a Mercedes-Benz enthusiast, this is a car that you cannot miss. This is the first ever car in the new ultra-exclusive Mythos lineup. It's inspired by previous race history, and it's designed for the most hardcore Mercedes-Benz collectors. All right, here it is. So the car is called the Mercedes-AMG Mythos Pure Speed. Only 250 will ever be made, but let's talk about why the car even looks like this. First of all, it's inspired by different aspects of Mercedes race history. So the reason why the car is even red is because this car celebrates the 100th year anniversary of the Targa Florio race that Mercedes won in Italy about 100 years ago in 1924. And the cars were color-coded according to country. So the Italians were driving around in red cars, the British were driving around in green cars, the French were driving around in blue cars, and the Germans were driving around in white cars. And what happened? That the Italians wanted the Italian cars to win. So whenever they saw a car that wasn't red, they would throw little pebbles, rocks, and different things on the road to try to get the other drivers to lose. Pretty unsportsmanlike, to be honest, but that's what was going on back then. So Mercedes thought, you know what? What if we paint our car red? The Italian fans won't know it's Italians, so we might be able to win the race. And guess what? They did. They actually won. So, I mean, it's actually pretty hilarious, but that's actually how they won. That's also why you have the number 10 over there. It all pays tribute to basically that race back in 1924. Anyways, that's kind of the first element. The second element is Formula One. You can see the spine going down the middle. Now that's supposed to be inspired by the Formula One halo to protect the drivers inside and the passenger, but you're also gonna see little details of the AMG Project One. As a base, of course, this looks like the AMG SL63, but when you get in closer, you're gonna see little details of the AMG One.
If you love cars like this, then you need to go check out sbxcars.com right now. That is the place to buy and sell the world's coolest cars. You can get cars like this, or like this, or even this.
Starting off with the front. This is called a shark nose. And we've seen this in the AMG One. When you get a closer look, you're gonna realize that basically everything in the front has been designed specifically for this car with different inspiration in mind. Also, the AMG One has this like kind of integrated into the paint to shave off decimals of a second to reduce drag. Here, this is obviously a car designed for drivers, but they're not taking it to the point that you're trying to shave off different decimals, right? This is a nice little glossy 3D piece by Mercedes. But if you look down here, you have AMG in paint. That's an ode to DTM. Over here in the front, you have this black panel, which is not a vent. I thought it was a vent, not a vent. It's there for decoration. And to be honest, I am not against that. I think it looks really nice. Without this piece, the front will look a little bit less detailed. So I like it. The carbon fiber front splitter down the middle of the front, very nice too. Nice little details. We've done other kind of cars with no roofs like the Ferrari Monza SP2. By the way, they had a virtual windshield, which they said was supposed to deflect air upwards, which would then block out any air that the driver would experience when driving. Didn't really work. I don't know about that virtual windshield, man. I have a lot of air in my face. Mercedes is doing the same. They have kind of a deflector. They don't have any virtual windshield. They have a deflector here, which is supposed to bounce off air over the driver, but they still encourage you to bring your AMG helmets, and these look awesome. I mean, these look really, really nice. If you take a look, you have the AMG badge, beautifully drawn on the top. You have the comm system right here so you can talk to your passenger. I like just the shape of the helmet too. It's like classic, but also, you know, racy. You know, it's got that spoiler, like a little mini spoiler on the top. You have your headphones inside. Obviously, the rims look pretty unique. You have the carbon fiber in kind of a circular shape. This is just to optimize airflow, brake cooling, et cetera, et cetera. But apart from functionality, it's also visually beautiful. It has this new kind of star on the rim, which just looks pretty nice. And has a couple more pieces right here. That's unique. Looks very nice too. It says AMG, feels premium. And the paint job is all hand painted. These are 7 layers of hand painted work. And basically they call this underglass because when you run your finger over it, you can't feel any kind of difference in height. You don't feel anything on your finger. It feels seamless. So this is obviously taking a lot of work. And it also kind of transitions everything from red to black. Kind of a unique detail too. This is obviously a very premium paint job. Looks very cool. And from the back, something that I like, a nice little detail, is the Formula One halo kind of ends in this Mercedes-Benz star right there. And it kind of connects to this bit, which is actually a roll cage. This is there just in case of the absolutely terrifying scenario that this car were to flip with you inside. I can't even imagine what that looks like, but you have this that'll protect you, the halo that'll protect you, and the helmet there too. So you're covered. The back has also been redesigned for this car, but you still have the AMG SL63 taillights. You have the same kind of dark chrome exhaust tips over here, and this actually has a hidden spoiler. So this will pop up. Looks pretty cool. We love bits that move, so this is nice. And yeah, you have a little bit of a trunk space going on too. Also, carbon fiber rear diffuser, kind of goes end to end. But I like it. Look, if you wanted a red car, you don't know whether to decide between red and black, why not get both? From the back, it looks like it's completely black. Then you go around to the front, it's red. Over here, this is how you know that you're getting a premium product. This is AMG's classic badge. It says Affalterbach, and I definitely pronounced that wrong, but basically that's the city or town where AMG comes from. And then these are the first pieces that AMG made, which was the camshaft and the valve. Just when you see this, you know that it's premium. Flush mounted door handles to get inside. Take a look at this interior. Very nice, white and black. Lots of premium details like the carbon fiber going down the center. Everything wrapped in leather. Oh yeah, this is nice. So, going down the middle, first detail to let the driver and the passenger know that you're driving a collectible, basically. It says AMG 1 of 250. Now also, going down the middle, what I like is that this actually has like a leather underpiece to it. It also has ambient light, very cool. Right here, that's your microphone, so if you're having a phone conversation in the car, and obviously the top's open, a lot of wind coming in, so this right here will be able to kind of pick up on anything you might be saying. Also in the back, you have this AMG badge, which looks very nice. Behind the seat, there's glossy carbon fiber everywhere. And what they've done is they've stitched it and wrapped it in leather so that they look like seats. So it's just for visual harmony. It's a nice little detail, but it just feels very luxurious on the inside, to be honest. One more detail I want to show you before we start the car on is down the middle. You have a partnership between Mercedes-Benz, AMG, and IWC. So this is actually a IWC clock. A lot of car collectors love watches. We've seen the Bugatti Tourbillon kind of encourage watchmaking in the world of cars. And I think that a lot of car collectors, you know, they're very like intertwined in the watch collecting space too. All right, start, stop is right here. All right, there it is. This is your drive mode selector tool. So you can hear that the second that I flip over to Sports Plus, you hear that. All right, so this is comfort. And then this is Sports Plus. Sounds great. It's a 4-liter twin turbo V8, which was also shared with the AMG SL63. Very nice engine. When you come in closer, you're gonna see the amount of details that you have going on your steering wheel. So if you're familiar with Mercedes, you might know about this. This is your drive select right here, like Sports Plus, Race, you know, Sport, Comfort. Over here, you have different things. So for example, spoiler lift. You have different, you know, like your nose lift over there if you're going over a speed bump, traction control, exhaust. And I like this gauge cluster over here. You can see the RPM meter. Feels like almost like a tunnel, like a fiery tunnel. My opinion is that there are no better AC vents in the car space than the ones that Mercedes makes. Like, these are just so nice to play with. Every time I'm in a Merc, it just like has the perfect amount of weight to it. These are awesome. Over here, you guys are probably very familiar with this screen if you've seen our Mercedes videos. We've had this a bunch of times over, but you know, very responsive touch screen. You have your climate control independently per person. So on the left, you have your driver. You could switch to something different for your passenger. Also in the settings, what I haven't seen before is that, you know, right here, you have the actual pure speed right there. So it's nice that they didn't just pop on like an SL63. They threw in the full 3D render, and this is nice. Look at this. I'm trying to get it to spin. There we go. That's what I'm looking for, like a pizza. So let's actually take it for a drive. Oh yeah. All right, yeah, I need this down. Oh, much better. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, like, once you go past a certain speed, like, your eyes start, like, doing this. You really just kind of need some protection. It kind of stops being fun. It's great at, like, 60 kilometers an hour and below, but I think once you go a little bit faster than that, you need to cover yourself. The visor is great, though. It's, like, clean glass all the way through and just feels like you're in a little spaceship. Oh, yeah. Whoa! Wow. Bro. That's bizarre. Actually, when I've driven cars with no roofs, I've always driven them without a helmet on. And now that I have a helmet on, it feels like you're in like a spaceship. You know, it's like halfway between a motorcycle, but also like a spaceship. When you have like all of this, it's like, I don't know, it's like a completely different feeling. I like it.